Hey everybody, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle, and today we are going to do 3 of these new molds that I got. We're going to do this candle jar, and I don't know, I do want to add some color to it, but I don't know exactly what yet. So we're going to do this, and we are going to do this spoon. Now, this spoon only takes 4.5 ounces, which shocked me. So I did pre-measure these. This takes 8 ounces for the 2 pieces. And this takes 10 ounces. So, let's see. I'm going to do this. I want to do this in like a creamy, light colored brown. So we're going to mix the burnt umber color in with the powder. We'll test it, and then we will see what we get for a colorant. So I've got my mix to mold here. So I am going to measure, I'm going to use my big Let's Resin, and I'm going to go to the 10 with the powder. And I found that it's sometimes just easier to kind of dump the powder in when you're using a bigger amount. Yeah, it makes a little bit more of, that's about 11. So that's going to be a good amount. So I want this to kind of be like a beige. So let's try 1 guitar scoop, and we'll mix that and see what we get for a color. Because I want it to be more of like a beige than a dark brown. And that, I think, is looking good. But let's test it. We will test it out. And I didn't grab my water. Grab a paper cup for that. And I do have my bucket, so I can rinse my containers as I go, because that does make a huge difference. All right, I got some powder in there, so I'm just like wiping this out. Gonna move that to the side until we know our color is good. Let's pour some water first. All right, I guess we'll just go with that. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good, just a neutral color. Nothing too spectacular. And just get that rinsed out so it'll be ready if we do another color. So, do I want to mix it in there? No, we'll mix it in here. That way I can add to it. Because see, there is still some powder in there that is not mixed. Which is fine. All right, I'm going to move these kind of out of my way. Let's see, I'm just going to stack these over here. So that way I can have them out of my way once I pour them. And then I can kind of work this way. I was almost thinking about doing like a brown swirl through it, but I think I'm just going to leave this one just a basic neutral brown that, you know, will match anybody's decor. So this video will be going out on Christmas Eve, guys. So I want to take a moment and thank everybody for subscribing to my channel and supporting me, and, you know, all the Happy Mail gifts and the super thanks. I'm so grateful every single day. You guys are what keep me going. If it wouldn't be for the support, I would not be able to continue to make videos. So I just want to thank everybody and wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas. Because it is definitely been quite the year. That was really surprising to me. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I'm where I am now, just starting out in April doing my videos, guys. So you guys are amazing. All right, so I could pour that like that, but I am just going to thin that down just a little bit more. And now, can I even see where my numbers are on here to see? Let's see. It says 10 ounces, and we are at 8. So I'm just gonna and if I have to add a little bit of the white in here, I will. Yeah, definitely gonna add some of the white powder because we're not at 10. And I don't want to have to try and match a little bit at all. So I know I like the color that this is. So even if it goes a shade lighter, I don't really care, because it's really close to what I wanted. All right, we are really, really close to the 10 ounce. I am just going to add a little smidge in there, just to add a little bit more. Although it does look pretty with those brown swirls in it, doesn't it? All right, I'm gonna put that in the water. And I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this go around the edge. Just gonna kind of squeeze that bottom. I really don't want no bubbles. This stuff is pretty good as far as not getting many bubbles, but you never know. Are you kidding me? I am still going to be short because I made my batter much thicker. Crap, 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 crap. All right, let's do 2 more scoops. And we will just try our darndest as I cover myself in this. Oh. So what I'm going to do is I am going to change that to 12 ounces on the mix to mold stuff. I think we're close. Might be a smidge off, but all right, I'm going to put that in the water. And we're just going to clean some of this up. Just give it a tappy wappy, jiggle jiggle. All right, so we've got one done. Okay, so I think what I want to try for the angel jar is let's see. I'm gonna try this blue, but not go quite, maybe quite as dark as I did in the other one. So let me get my container out here. I'm gonna wipe this. So we are ready to go on the next one. I think what I'll do, I'm wondering, I was gonna try and marble that color, but maybe I won't. I'll just do one color. So I want 8 ounces of the mix to mold. So I'm just gonna fill this cup up. And that way I know I have more than my 8 ounces, because the 8 ounces is here. And let's wipe my spoon. And let's just try that 1 spoon for now and see what kind of color that we get. Because the blue that I put in here is the one that I got on Temu. And when last I looked, they were all out. So I will list these molds down in the description box below. And let's get a smidge. I definitely want it a little darker than that. So we're gonna put just another half a scoop. Now, somebody else had asked, wonder what would happen if I mixed the both blues that I have, because this is the other blue. And I don't know, because I don't want this to go that baby blue. That's my fear. So we might try that on a different video on like a smaller piece down the road. I think that'll be good. All right, so this is the jar that we're doing. And I know I have to be able to get to it to do the shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake. So I'm gonna add some more water to my cup here. It's almost like a slate blue, having it be this light, which is kind of what I was going for. This one I am going to make a little thinner because of all the detail with the angels in this jar. I guess I got to get me a little whisk, like a little baby one. Trying to see where we're at. And again, it's it is measuring light. So we're gonna mix some more in here. I'd rather tone the whole thing down and have too much than trying to match my lid. And that is showing right at 8, and I'm not going with that. We're going to add more. And then I'll add a little bit more of the colorant. I am just not that confident in my measurements today, guys. So yesterday, I spent the whole day, I made my pasta sauce, Italian homemade pasta sauce. I started that the night before last so that it had a chance to like incorporate all the flavors or whatever. Then yesterday, I made my meatballs and my kielbasa, and I got that all done. Cut up all my cheeses. So I ended up making homemade lasagna for supper with, I do mine with just sharp cheeses and mozzarella cheese. I don't use the goopy, like the ricotta and the cottage cheese and all that. I personally don't like that. So I use all sharp cheeses in mine. And so I made my lasagna and I was like, wow, I got quite a bit of stuff left. So I had some, you know, the aluminum containers. Well, we use those when we cook in the smoker. So I had some of those and I said, oh, I'll make one. I'll make a lasagna and I'll freeze it. So I ended up making a second lasagna. I got that in the freezer, so that's frozen. And then I have still a bowl of pasta sauce with meatballs and kielbasa for another meal. So I'm like, sweet. So I ended up with getting 3 different meals. Well, 4, because we're having lasagna again tonight as leftovers. Because we do Christmas with all of my kids tomorrow. We do it on, well, tomorrow will be Christmas Eve for you guys. Yeah, I was like, sweet. So I'm just gonna make a potato salad today and finish cleaning and doing that, you know, all that fun stuff that's never done. You get it done and turn around and it's like, what did I just do? Because, you know, everything is right back where it was. Okay, so I believe I've gotten all the bubbles out of this piece. let's hope and pray. And let's get this one. And before I fill it too much, I do want to squeeze the edges. So I found with these type of jar lids, you've really got to make sure that you, see there's a bubble right there, that you've got to really, really work it in those little pieces, or you will end up with bubbles. And let me just take a pointy thing. I don't want no bubbles. This jar, I think, is going to be gorgeous. And I do not, for the life of me, want any gosh darn bubbles in there. So I'm glad I added more, guys. Because we definitely would not have had enough. And I do have some left. What can I make? What can I pour this in? Oh, let me do this turtle mold. So this turtle mold is one from Into Resin. It's one of the real sparkly ones, but it won't be sparkly because I'm using the mix to mold. But these make great keychains. So he will be 2 colors because he still needs a little bit, but that's okay. There. All right, let's wash that container. I'm gonna wipe this. Now we have got our spoon. And I'm gonna do the black and white swirl for this. And this is 4.5 ounces. So, oh. Luckily that's already dry. Thank goodness. All right, so we have got 6 ounces. We're gonna go with that and see where we end up. So I'm gonna mix this white and then I'm gonna pour some in another cup. And we're gonna do 2. Let's try doing the metallic again and just kind of see what we get. All right, so I'm gonna mix this up. Let me get a clean stick. too much water that time. Luckily, this stuff is forgiving because if you pour too much of one, you can add more of the other. The only thing is you'll end up with more than you needed, but that's fine. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of the white so I can mix the silver in with it. And then I'm going to mix black in this one. And I want to try my new black. So that's why we're using the black, because I wanted to try this. This is one I also got on Temu. A little bit darker than that. I want to try to get it as close to black as I possibly can. So that way we'll have that really good contrast of black and white. With the silver. So I'm going to add a drop of this black pigment. And I don't know what is up with this one, but it just keeps, and it's only the black one that keeps clogging. Oh, that's better. Much better. All right, and I can't dilly-dally too much because I don't want this to start setting on me. So we are due for 2 to 4 inches of snow starting tonight into tomorrow. So we will have a white Christmas. All right. So now the trick is, how do I pour this to get these all to marble? All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pour this in here. We are just going to swirl like that. And so like I said, I don't know if the metallic is gonna kind of show up through this. But we will find out. And this is gonna definitely be way easier to unmold than the other one, for sure. Right, I guess we are gonna leave that just like that, and we will be back on demold. So yeah, I will see you in just a minute. All right, guys, we're back. This is dry, and I usually have a little bit of time to clean up, but I didn't because I've been cleaning upstairs. So yeah, I'm liking that blue color, definitely. All right, so let's it's been about an hour and a half since we poured the last one. Oh, this is cute. And let's see. Oh, okay. So I need bigger ones. I think that's the small one. Hang on. Let me grab one of my bigger ones. Oh, that's cute. That is really, really cute. And then you put your little tea light underneath there. So that is that one. Let's get this little turtley guy out. I didn't add any more to him because he still is going to make a cute little keychain. Once I seal him, he'll be all cute. He just doesn't have the sparkle that he would, you know, done in resin. I do have a little sanding to do because I didn't fill it all the way, but that's fine. All right, so let's start with the cover. Hopefully we have no bubbles, guys. I'm anxious to see if it picked up all the detail. Oh, it did. And the words came out. There's a couple little bubbles at the bottom of, on that side. There's 3 or 4 on this side, but overall, guys, that came out phenomenal. Okay, now hopefully we don't have any bubbles in our little angels. And this is a pretty flimsy mold, so I'm hoping it can just kind of peel down and up and over. All right, so we do have a few bubbles, but let's take a good look at it here. So So we have a little bubble there, a little one in her hand, one here, two on the bottom of her elbow, one on the bottom of the knee, one in the hand. So not too bad. They're not, I mean, if you look at it straight on, you really don't even see them. The only one that you see is this one. The rest you don't even see. But again, when it's handmade, that's kind of what you get. And the cover fits perfect. And then once I seal this, it is going to be gorgeous. Okay, now this one, I don't think we're gonna have sanding because I could have added a little bit more, but I did not. So we're just gonna try to figure out the best way to demold this. And I'm thinking, just like that. I can wiggle this out. I don't want to break it. Get the rest out if I can. There we go. And I didn't get the marbling that I thought I was gonna get. All right, let me just, I'm trying to loosen this end up here. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, this mold's gonna be so much easier. Yeah, no. Let me try putting a little alcohol down in there. Just to see if that helps at all. All right, guys, hang on here. I'm gonna have to do this off camera, I think. I'm just using my dotting tool to try and get that suction released. Oop. Yeah, that fell off, so maybe I can push with this. Wow. I was not expecting this one to be that difficult. I truly was not. And I just broke my mold, I believe. I think I poked a hole in it. All right, I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to try and get this out, and I will be right back. Wow. I literally had to stand up and just like, I was like, I don't even care if I break this, I got to get it out. And I just went like that and it popped out. Oh my gosh, this was brutal. All right, so I didn't get the swirling that I was hoping for, but it's not bad. I mean, the sides are gorgeous. I wish that would have been on the bottom, but we do have a little bit of the silver that showed through. I think once it's sealed, it definitely will look a lot better. And like I said, I do have some sanding here. But other than that, they came out really good, guys. So yeah, note to self. The spoon molds are no joke. Now, I could have used this big one yesterday because I was using, you know, my big spoon for making my lasagna. And my other one, the spoon just, it kind of like overfilled it. So, yeah. So, I will get these dried. And then I will get them sanded and sealed. And I will have some final pictures for you. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, on those bigger bubbles, I'm just going to sand them down just a little tiny bit. Well, actually, I have got, my Dremel is right here, guys. Let me plug this in and I will get one sanded with you so we can try our new bits and see how they work. And I think it goes from the coarse to the finest going this way. So I'm going to take one of, let's do, not the buffing one. We could try the buffing one. I don't know if that's going to be enough though. Where this is, you know, hotter than resin. I'll try it on the bottom first just to see. It might. No. We'll use the next one up. Because we need some sort of sanding. No. It might actually need the an actual sandpaper, but we'll try the pink and see how that works. Yeah, that one's definitely works much better. Trying to make sure you can see what I'm... That way it just doesn't look like just like a bubble. You know, especially on these bigger ones. And then it just made them much smoother. And the little ones I'm not going to worry too much about. But yeah. So these work good. So definitely it's the pink, and they get smoother as they go down, and then you can use the white ones to buff them out. So that is really good to know. But now when you know, looking at it this way, it doesn't look like there's an obvious bubble there. You know, and I'll go around and take my time when I'm off camera just to kind of like round the edges, and I'll probably take a smoother tip, but I wanted to see how they worked, and let's see if that'll work on this since we're right here. That worked beautifully, guys. Really, really good. So obviously, like this one, I'm going to need a much coarser grit to do this. But when you only got like a little trimming on the very bottom, that worked perfect. So yeah. So what I'll do is I'll pop these in the curing machine. I'll let them cure. I'll get them sealed. I'll get them all sanded before I put them in the curing machine, because they do sand better if you sand them right when they come out. So that's something to remember. I'm going to use this one on here, and then I'll go over it with the smoother one. But yeah, so let me know which one was your favorite. I know it's really hard to pick. It's a combination between these two for me, for sure, because this is just so different. And I like things that are different. You know what I mean? So it's not like everybody has the same thing. So this we will, once we get this one all sanded, I will be making a candle in this. So that's going to be a beautiful candle. And I will use the wood wick in this one. So yeah. I am really, and the colors matched really good. It did leave like almost like a little line, but it almost looks like it's supposed to be like that because it's like at the bottom of their feet. So yeah, I am really impressed with this. I will definitely be using this mold a lot. And I'll probably, highlight some of these words. I don't know. Maybe not on this one, but now we know we've got to really work on the letters, and we've really got to concentrate on the angels themselves. So next time, hopefully we can do better. Alrighty, guys, I will get you some glamour shots, and I will see you on the next one. And guys, have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you, guys. Bye.